I think by now it should be pretty obvious to everyone that Ukraine is losing the war. Ukraine was always going to lose the war, but now slowly but surely the situation has become pretty dire and pretty obvious. Ukraine does not have enough weapons, they don't have enough ammunition, the West is not going to be able to provide them with enough weapons and ammunition, and most of all, Ukraine does not have enough manpower. The Ukrainian army has been desperately recruiting new people, and the recruitment methods are brutal.
Here, the authorities are trying to stop their citizens from getting out. They're needed in the army. It's short of recruits. But there are thousands of Ukrainians, like these men caught near the border with Romania, who do not want to fight.
Last week, the Ukrainian Parliament passed a law that would grant recruiters even more power. So basically, they're forcing men, including young men in their early 20s, to go to the battlefield where they will likely die or at least get seriously injured, senselessly. It's a senseless war, and I say that for at least two reasons. First of all, anyone who looks at the situation objectively must conclude that Russia is going to win this war. There's no doubt about it. Anyone who thinks otherwise is delusional. So why would you send your children, young men and also older men and also women, to the front line where they will die in a war that you're gonna lose anyway? Senseless. Second of all, Russia is never going to let Ukraine become part of NATO. It's not gonna happen. Russia wants Ukraine to stay neutral. Now, I know that to some it may seem that I'm repeating Russian talking points. I'm not. I'm looking at the situation objectively. And if you look at the situation objectively, then ask yourself, why would it be a bad thing for Ukraine to stay neutral? I mean, especially if you look at things from a NATO perspective, NATO and Russia are adversaries to such an extent that now there is a war going on. So wouldn't it be a good idea to have some kind of buffer zone, some kind of safety zone between them, as there has always been? So why is NATO pushing so hard for Ukraine to become part of NATO? It's idiotic. The West spending more and more of our tax dollars and euros on even more weapons and more ammunition is not helping Ukraine, it is killing Ukraine, literally. Hopefully when people see videos like this, they will open their eyes and see how senseless all of this is. People are dying for what? Hopefully more and more people will wake up and help pressure their governments to finally stop this madness.